Welcome to Blockwall's AGM and thank you for being here. So let's start with a simple question. Why? Why? Nice work, huh? Why did we bring you here? It's because we want to give you an insight on the opportunity venture capital as an asset class has. It is because we want to convey to you the importance of the evolution our internet is undergoing today. And we want to reflect upon the industry we are focused on and so deeply care about, which is Web3. So about a year ago in New York, I was attending a discussion about Web3, about venture capital, and why do people start businesses. So let's start with the question, why venture capital and why do people start businesses? Not necessarily because of financial gain or because they have a burning desire to take their business public. No, it's because people are deeply passionate about what they do. And very often the solution they are looking for is derived from a personal desire or motivation. It is a product that they need. It is a solution they want. It is a cure someone couldn't get. It is a way to do business. It is a way to live our life that they can't do because that product or solution does not exist. A founder that truly cares is so passionate about their business that they can't imagine why someone wouldn't use their solution. Being a great founder requires passion above all, talent and incredible resilience to see it through and see their business come to life. And if a founder truly loves what they do, they need a partner at their side that believes in them and helps them make their business become a reality. This is the role we play as venture capitalists. The world does not need another VC firm. What the world needs is investors with empathy, investors who care. People who care so much about their founders that they are willing to go above and beyond to help them succeed. Now, looking at the industry we are focusing on, Web3, it is often scary for people to invest in something they do not understand. So asking ourselves the question why is probably a good way to start. We live in a world where access has become a synonym for good living standard and wealth. Access to banking, access to healthcare, access to medical products, access to education, and sometimes, unfortunately, even access to the basic things we need to survive. Often a common denominator and a first step, obviously not a solution to everything, is simple: access to our digital world. Access to the internet has become a prerequisite to participate in our global economy and defines how we share information and how we connect with people. So why is this all relevant? I thought it would be best to share the story in numbers. So let me show you the first number of the day. $5.3 billion. 5.3 billion, that is 2/3 of the global population. 2/3 who are connected with the internet today, which at the same time means 1/3 are still not connected with the internet. 15 billion. That is the amount of devices which are connected with the internet. That number will double until 2030. At the same time, our devices are becoming more powerful and objects of our daily life smarter. Our car, our home, even our cities are becoming more smarter, and massive amounts of data are exchanged and value. But unfortunately, our digital way of life is associated with certain risks. Due to that value, due to that amount of time we spend online. So Web 2 has certain risks: data monopolies, privacy abuse, fraud, data hacks, lack of transparency. And if you see, for example, data hacks, 2.5 trillion is the value of hacks amounting up to 2025. This is the reason why we are seeing a movement from Web 2 to Web 3. To improve the status quo and to build the foundation for our future of our digital world, preparing for more users, more data, and more value being exchanged. The same way we need a secure and transparent physical world, the same way we have to engage with a digital world which is secure, transparent, trustworthy, and as efficient as possible. And the more intertwined our digital world becomes with our real world, the more important it becomes that we care about how our digital world is being built and how we interact with that digital world. Web 3, our internet of the future, will be a feature set and a combination of different technologies, such as blockchain, such as extended reality, such as artificial intelligence, or Internet of Things. They are foundational technologies and not to be seen separately, but rather to working together. Web 3 is adding an economic layer to the web. We are at an interesting point in history at the same time. These technologies are emerging at the same time and are maturing at the same time. This will enable opportunities to invest in which were never here before, and at the same time it will enable founders to create solutions to our biggest challenges of this world. Enabling access to healthcare systems and medical products which are not forged. 1 million people die per year by counterfeit pharmaceutical products. This is more than HIV patients die. As well, or enabling a frictionless and effortless financial system, so that not a family transacting money back to their families cross borders have to pay 1 month's salary in transaction fees. 647 billion, that was the amount in 2022 of remittances, meaning just people sending back money cross and forth, cross borders. Contrary to what media often is reporting, most founders I know, they don't care about the Bitcoin price. They don't care about the crypto winter or crypto bubble or the next article about Web3. They are thinking of how they can build their infrastructure for our digital future, how they can change the world with what they are building, how they can improve our digital life, our digital experiences, digital connections, and security in our digital world. Our dependency on digital infrastructure is only increasing in the years to come, and our children and our grandchildren will spend most of their time online. As always, and this is true for any venture segment, there are people seeking shortcuts, the quick buck, and don't care about the consequences and their actions. But in general, founders have good intention. Just because their business did not work does not mean they are a scam. That is called venture economics. And only very few will succeed to becoming a business. Good and generational companies take time to build. The question is, are they worth building? So now that we have explored the reason why Web3, let's go back in time and see how our industry evolved when we started out and where we are today. So let's have a look at another number. This is the number of Web3 startups globally until today. That was around 7,500 when we started, and 1/4 of it represents Europe. This is the amount of funding we have experienced in our sector. Web3 worldwide and Europe. This is a 4 times growth in our industry since we've started, and more investors are joining every day, every month, every year. And what additionally is nice to see is that also established and large brands are entering the market, providing more capital to the entrepreneurs and backing founders who are finding challenges to our digital future. 9. This is probably my favorite number of the day. This is the number of team members we have at Blockwall. It is an incredible team, and I'm honored to be working with them and privileged to jointly building Blockwall into one of the leading VCs in Europe and a company who is serving our founders in this room, who are serving our founders in the portfolio, and who are serving the founders in our ecosystem. So let's see what we have jointly achieved since we first started. 4,000. That is the number of startups we have screened. That is the number of startups in the last 5 years, searching for funding, searching for a conversation with us to get funded. We receive these from different corners of our community. From brands, from community, from founders, from our portfolio, but also from fellow investors, from incubators, from networks like Kaufman Fellows, from corporates and service providers, and education and research opportunities. And out of these, 36 have made it into our portfolio. 36, we are able to be part of 36 founder stories, incredible founders who are building our next era of the internet. Now, when we look at where they are building from, we see this geographical distribution across our Fund 1 and Fund 2. But if we look at where they are, where they operate across, our founders are building across the world and for the world. We've also been already very fortunate as a VC. Fund 1, a 2018 vintage, we have 16.5 million committed and did 26 investments. And we have been able to distribute 2.8x already net to our investors and 37% net IRR. And what is a great recognition, and this puts us on a global map, is that we are in the upper quartile by matters of the prestigious benchmark Cambridge Associates. And we're scratching the top decile figure, and we're trying to push our fund beyond that, becoming a top decile fund. At the same time, we have built our second fund, which is a 2021 vintage, and has committed capitals of 34 million roughly, and 10 investments with around 5 million invested already. And what is definitely a goal until 2026 is to add another 20 companies to that portfolio and to, of course, also push that fund to the top decile figures. Now, what does this mean? It means that a large opportunity is in our space, in our sector, in Web3. But our founders are not only trying to build great companies, they are also creating growth and financial returns. We are looking at a more mature market today than when we first started out. And the success stories our founders are building are role models for a whole generation of founders to come, inspiring innovation at the frontier of the next evolution of the internet. These innovations will happen in fields we too are very excited about and are focusing on for our current fund and our funds to come. So in summary, I'm very proud of all founders building amazing startups and the hard work our team has been putting into building Blockwall, its funds, its ecosystem. I'm very much looking forward to the future, building Blockwall into one of the leading VCs in Europe in the Web3 space. And thank you again for all of you being part of this incredible story, being here today. So take the opportunity. We have enough networking possibilities. Get to know your fellow investors, get to know our founders of the portfolio, get to know the panelists. And they will be here throughout the day. So grab them, have a chat about what they're building, and yeah, enjoy the day.